Hey people, thanks so much for tuning in today. This is Impala 100, and we're back playing some single player. Last time we left off making a foundation factory, and before we get into what we did off camera, I want to congratulate Oakley Gaming for making the First Comment Hall of Fame, a first timer here. So here are the standings for the First Comment Hall of Fame. I'm curious to see how this week ends up shaking out. So good luck to whoever's viewing right now. If the comment section is empty, it could be yours for the taking. Anyways, thanks so much for tuning in today. Like I said, we have a fun one in store for us. Off camera, we did some resource gathering for today's build. A lot of it. It's going to be a great one. If you're looking at the thumbnail, it's something. On top of that, we terraformed the industrial area. We also got some kitties there, brought up some fish and tamed some more. And then we found a mineshaft and zombie spawner underneath that area. So let's fly on over to our industrial district. I know that that's our old base, but we're trying to build up a cool base over here. And we should definitely make another underground subway tunnel headed this way. It's really not that far of a distance. I can't believe we never found this village until 20 episodes in after we got an elytra. Here's what it's looking like here as far as terraforming goes. That's where we're going to be building today on that little cliff. And cut off a little bit of the hill, but also kept it natural on a couple ends. And on top of all of this terraforming here, I took out lots of little patches of sand, replaced it with the dirt that I gathered from terraforming. We also have a beautiful pathway here. Look at this. We've resurfaced it with basalt. I think it's a highly underrated block to use for pathways. And here's all of our kitties here. Absolutely wonderful. We're also starting to accumulate a chest monster here. I only anticipate this growing, and eventually we're going to have to make a storage system here. But I want to kind of get a few farms together before we get to making a storage system, and we'll leave it at that. And one other thing I wanted to show you in here is we made some very, very minor changes. We checkered this area here with some smooth stone alongside the stone just to give it a little bit more interest in this area. It's not looking so plain. We also resurfaced the generators based off of what blocks they produce. So did that here. We also added some black stone as well. We've been doing lots of work over here. You can see quite a bit of mud and some clay and some white terracotta, I guess, which I could take that out of here. But we did a lot more than that, and it's in our shulker boxes up that way. We'll take a look at it in a second. And also, we have plenty of dirt because we've been doing lots of terraforming, and we've turned in a lot of that dirt. We actually had over a full double chest, just to give you an idea. We turned probably like 15 to 16 stacks into mud. And we turned a lot of that into clay for today's build. Before I go blabbering on about what we're doing in today's video, I wanted to show off that little cave system that I found. There's a little ravine here, and I decided to do some exploring of it. And I didn't do anything crazy per se when it comes to exploration. There was a skeleton shooting at me in here and ended up finding an abandoned mineshaft, which is pretty sweet. And if we go down this way, we found ourselves a zombie spawner. I was really hoping for a skeleton spawner for bone meal. That's not the case, but I think it's worth exploring here to see if we could find some string spawners. Since this is an industrial area, maybe we could get an industrial grade string farm going. So this will be something we explore in the future. But for now, it's a nice little thing to note as we start to expand this area here. So I think it's a neat feature for us to keep this lava pool here. And I think it just kind of adds to the interest of the area. I don't want it to be a blank canvas of just a plains biome. So think we're going to leave this in and maybe make some sort of industrial grade incinerator at some point, like a pipe jutting out from the cliff here that just spits out items, I guess, to destroy them. I think that would be a nice little feature to add at some point. But what I want to focus on is up here today, before we get sidetracked again. We're going to be making a villager breeder and then dressing it up as an orphanage, quote unquote. I thought it was a silly idea to say the least. So I picked out this patch of land to work on today. I think it's a good focal point, and as we expand in all different directions here, I think this is a good middle ground to place said orphanage. So if we open up our diary, we want to start off today's episode by creating an automatic villager breeder and then build the quote-unquote villager orphanage. And it's going to be a wonderful episode at that. And if we do have time, I want to work on terraforming / beautifying the area around this building here. But that's only if we end up having time. I have no idea if that's going to be the case yet or not. So before we get to building the exterior, I think it makes more sense to build the actual farm itself. So I have plenty of different items here that I believe is what we need to create this. I might be missing some blocks, but I'll go grab it in our factory over here. But once I have some more stone bricks and dirt and all that stuff, we'll get started here. All right, guys, so I got a little ahead of myself here. So we're beginning to make the villager breeder. I kind of have my outline here of where I want to put this in our building. So this is kind of going to be these granite blocks here indicate that there's going to be an exterior here. So this is where the actual walls are going to be. These lines are a little bit off for us to add the roof, and then also further exterior blocks here to add some depth to this. But at the very minimum, here's the inner wall, I guess you could say. And inside here, we're going to wedge in a little villager breeder. So if you guys haven't seen a design like this before, what we're doing now is we are putting in a bunch of farmland. We added in some glowstone here just so there's some lighting, and we're going to grow up some carrots. And the whole idea, and let's eat our golden carrots, not these peasant carrots here. The whole idea of this farm is you just get their inventories full. When I'm saying they or their, I'm indicating the farmer villagers up here. We're going to have 2 of them. You want their inventories full of carrots, and since they're farmers, they will replenish their inventories by harvesting the carrots up here. They make the babies. There's going to be a total of 3 beds up here, and the beds will be on this side here. So here's the exterior wall, just so we're all on the same page. We're going to funnel in babies via trapdoors to go through here, except when they walk over the trapdoor, they'll fall into a little glass tube where we will then keep them until they grow up, and then whenever we need villagers, we will move them around. So again, very, very simple, something that y'all have probably seen before. Just wanted to kind of reiterate what exactly we're doing here. So let me put in a few more glowstone blocks here, and let's go down and gather up 3 beds. I made a 4th one just for me. I like having a bed in my inventory. So we put these 3 down just like this. And one more thing. Do I have trapdoors? Oh, no. Didn't make any trapdoors. Shoot. Well, we will do this then real quick. Just make a few trapdoors. This is how the trapdoors are going to be laid out. One of them is going to be right here. And then one of them is going to be like this. Boop. Nope. Wrong side here. Hold up. We want to put it on this side of right here. Boom. So this is how it's going to look. Oh, look at that. Happy times. This is how it's going to look in a nutshell. We'll place in a couple workstations right here, raise the wall by 1 and install the glass tube here, I guess. And this is what's going to be producing our villagers. So time for the boring stuff, but this is essentially, I figured it would be cool to kind of give you a rundown of what exactly we're doing here and the thought process behind this farm, if for whatever reason you haven't seen something like it before. It's okay. Oh, I know you're a tough guy. I know you're tough. All right, time for the fun stuff. We have 2 villagers outside of their cage now, and I'm hoping to find a way to lure them up to their workstation. So I think what I'll do is I'll grab some other workstations here and kind of get them to start coming this way. There we go, wonderful. And hopefully we could get them close enough up there to where we then change their minds and they want to become farmers. So we'll try to get them up this way. There we go. Wonderful. They're seen. I'm surprised they haven't gone over the grindstone. What the heck? That wasn't ever a thought to go to the grindstone? Okay. We're going to ignore the fact that there's a grindstone there. There we go. Yes, we're going this way. And slowly but surely, we'll get them up to where we want them to go. No, you get back here quickly. Wonderful. All right, and I think this might be the final boss here. Perfect. Okay, they're going up. Wonderful. Head on in. This went way more to plan than I expected. Oh, no. Now I need you to go in, though. That's the next big thing. So I need you to go in, trample some crops. I don't care. You could trample crop. Do not. Nope. Okay. Nope. Let's not harm ourselves today, guys. Here we go. Perfect. Wonderful. So this went way more to plan than I thought it would, honestly. I was worried that this was not going to go well. But we have our villagers in now, and they're happily employed in a cage. Again, ethical treatment here. They picked this job. I didn't force them to do it. They chose it here. Now, what was I looking for? Okay, we're going to swap some blocks out here and kind of show how this whole system works. So let's go in here real quick and just start giving you a zillion different carrots. How about this? So we're going to fill their inventories up. I want it to be completely full because I want them to ramp up production here. Hey, guys, look at this. Carrots. Yeah. Are we not going to go for these? Are you kidding me? We're not going to do it? Okay. Wonderful. Are their inventories full? Oh, you'll even buy carrots. Look at that. How great. Yeah, there you go. So these guys just don't want to pick them up. They're trying to be difficult now that it was so easy to get them here. Okay, this is plenty. You guys have more than enough now. Perfect. So that's going to get us off to a good start here, and over time they're going to start farming these, and we're going to have an endless amount of villagers now. Again, how I explained it earlier, beds right here. Baby villagers will walk underneath this trapdoor, but over this one, they'll fall into a water stream, which will then take them down here, where we have a dispenser with minecarts. Whenever we want to take one out, we will push it just like so. And I'm going to have a little switch on the exterior here. Whenever we want to take them out and set up a minecart to wherever, whatever farm we want to take them to, we'll take this down, put on not a cartography table, a rail, and it'll be on its merry way. I'm going to have to get some dust to make this a little bit more hidden. So some dust underneath there, like we'll place a block here. And then lever will go right here. So perfect. So that's kind of how it's going to work here. Or maybe we could do it on the other side. Better yet, keep all the redstone stuff on this side here. So move it right here. Same idea. Boom. Still works. Fun stuff. Well, anyways, what we want to start next is making the exterior of the place, because believe it or not, the farm's done. It was that easy to make a villager breeder. If you guys have not done this in your world yet, I highly suggest you do it, just because it's super easy and villagers are very, very useful if that's how you like to play the game. But yeah, now that we have this out of the way, what I want to start with here is the exterior of our build. And this is going to consist of a lot of mangrove, dark oak, some brown stained glass panes, which is going to be cool. Bricks is the main ingredient, light gray terracotta, and some polished granite on the sides. To give you an idea of how this build's going to go, we'll take some stuff here. So we'll take you, make you into some stairs. That should be plenty for now. And then we'll take the bricks. So on the edges here, we're going to have little 4-block intervals for where we want to place stuff. As far as bricks go, or I guess, how about this? We'll make this first. So we're going to be placing down bricks all the way around, and then in the gaps here, we're going to take mangrove logs. And the mangrove logs are going to be every 4 blocks or so. So 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be something like this on every single edge. So boom, boom. So we'll actually put down our edges here first because I already know I'm doing this wrong. But we take this all the way around. And then in here, this is how it's going to work. Every 4 blocks is where we're going to be placing another mangrove support here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that, I did it correct. And then it's going to be the same on the edge here. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. And then here's where the bricks are going to go in the middle here. So it all makes sense. And again, lots of bricks here. And this is the whole reason why we place this piston here with a brick. Because it matches the exterior. Nobody would even know if they were just taking a quick glimpse here that this would open up. So I thought that was a cool little feature here. I know I'm a redstone genius. But yeah, this is going to be the foundation or the pattern of the place here. Just going in and every 4 blocks throwing in a support beam, right? When we get around to this part, this is where it's going to get interesting. In the middle here, I figured, who uses brown stained glass? I have no idea. Not a whole lot of people because there's really not a whole lot of use for it. But what we're going to do is mix in some dark oak here alongside the brown stained glass. So it's going to be a nice little windowsill almost. It adds some texture here using the upside down stairs. And I think it's a good look. So if we kind of apply this all the way down here and we add in some more mangrove here, just like this. And this is just a little sample. I'm not giving you the full thing here, but just wanted to sample you the thought process here. It's a pretty good looking palette. And then I messed up here. Look at that. This is why I don't typically do build and talks. I figured I'd kind of go old school with you for this episode in the spirit of, rewatching some of my old stuff. So, anyways, we'll then take the polished granite on the edges here. And then honestly, we'll just finish it off. Why not? One more layer right here. Bricks finishing it off. And then a 5th layer will be polished granite on top. Just like so. And we'll save this for later. There's going to be some little tidbits of detail there. But that's what the first story is going to look like. We're going to add a few more on top of it. But to get started, let's complete the first story here. Match this pattern and we'll move on to the next phase of the build. Oh, it's working! Our first baby villager. Look at that. And for whatever reason, they don't pathfind out of here, which is cool, as babies. So that's how this design works, by the way. So anyways, back to what I said I was doing, building this thing. But it's good to see that this is working now. All right, so the exterior of the first floor is almost done. I honestly forgot such a tiny little detail, but it would actually be cool to have it. The doors is what I'm missing. Where's my dark oak? There we go. We'll take you. Boom. And we need to make ourselves some planks real quick and make ourselves a door. And let's place this down right here as we hear some villager trading going on, or the breeding. And look at that. They've been busy. Oh, they're doing the trading. You guys took all the carrots? That's not supposed to happen. No, 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 no. Oh, whatever. Okay. Back at it here. Doors. Look how beautiful that looks. Wonderful. And actually, I want to change the floor right here. Let's make this polished granite because that looks a little bit better. There we go. So as far as the first floor looks, this is very, very pleasant. We added a little mangrove plank trim, which I think looks awesome, and it's a nice touch. And on to the second level we go. On the second level, it's going to be basically mirroring the first level here, except we're going to bring it one in. So the supports that we see made out of mangrove here, we're bringing it in by one right here, and we're going to go up another 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and do this all the way around, and then emulate the same pattern that we have going here from the first floor. Nothing's going to change. The third floor is when it's going to get interesting for sure, so I can't wait for that. But more mangrove supports we will add here, and hopefully it turns out great. All right, so floor 2 is now done, at least the exterior. So like I said, it's a little bit of the same. However, this is the beginnings of the roof. However, there's going to be an attic area that's going to add a little bit more detail. I was trying to make this look different than other builds I've had before. Looked up a reference image on Google when I searched up Orphanage. And basically, I saw an idea that looked good where there's these little rooms kind of peeking out, these little windows that peek out from the roof. And I'll try to show you what I mean here. So that's where the light gray terracotta is going to come into play. And I hope we don't run out of mangrove here. This is all we have left, and the whole roof's going to be made out of it. So probably not going to last, but we'll try to get as much of the roof complete before we need to resupply here. All right, so we're not finished here, but we're going to give an update because we ran out of mangrove, and this took up a lot more of it than I thought it would. So as you can see, we have little windows peeking out of the attic now, and we also need more light gray terracotta, by the way. We only completed the front. As far as the back goes here, well, we're going to have to get some more resources to complete it. So I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm about to do it. Just wanted to kind of share a little update here with the build. So as you can see, this is what it's looking like, all block palette wise and stuff. And I think it's very, very impressive. And when you look at it, you think something from an industrial area, like a little house or an orphanage or a school, something like that. It gives off that vibe with the roof there. So again, we're going to replicate it on the back. And by the next time we speak here, I'm hoping this thing is 100% complete. And then we could start to work on the interior. All right, so we have the exterior complete. It was just another 10-minute trip to spawn, and we were all good. Actually, there's some details missing, but we'll fill it in. I want to place a window up there in the attic. But it's looking pretty awesome, wouldn't you say? A little bit outside of my typical build style here. And again, I'm trying to challenge myself by making more interesting looking builds. And the longer I'm, playing this game, the more styles I'll end up using. So anyways, this is what it looks like. And I think it's a pretty solid block palette, and it turned out excellent. Now it's time to focus on the interior here. Very, very simple what we're going to do. I want to wall off this section here to just make it kind of like a behind the scenes redstone area. There's really not much we could do with this space. Second floor will have access to said farm, and then the third floor, I'm thinking we can use it for bulk storage. So we don't have a giant chest monster in the open. We can move that up here. And I think that'll end up being productive here. But overall, I'm super stoked with how this turned out here. And yeah, I'm going to get started with the interior. Lots of dark oak is going to be used here. So if we could just, make some planks there. And then also I want to utilize smooth stone as well. So I kind of want to have the smooth stone border start 1, 2, 3, 4 carpet there. Right here is where we could start the smooth stone for the first floor here. And we'll take this all the way to the ends here. So I think that would look awesome. So smooth stone will be in that general area. And then dark oak will take up this area here. And the entire roof here or the ceiling will be made out of dark oak as well. So again, kind of sticking with the same colors here for the main lobby area. But as far as the redstone area goes, I want to kind of keep it a little bit more technical, quote unquote, when it comes to the block palette. So it'll just be, again, smooth stone here. And then on this side, we will have the wonderful dark oak planks. Alrighty, the interior is now complete. Took a little bit of resource gathering because we wanted to put in carpets here. And it makes it look a lot better on the inside. So as you can see, this is walled off here. Actually, I forgot to do one thing, or two things. Holy moly, I walled it off and completely forgot. Never mind, I told you a lie. The interior is not complete. Let's take that, and let's take our iron door, and I will make some pressure plates, I believe. Do I have enough stone for pressure plates? Do I not? Okay, maybe we could do... Okay, there we go. We got crafty here. So we're going to have a button on the outside here. That will... I'm going to place on this side so it doesn't interfere with our mechanism. Button to get in. Pressure plate to get out. So as you can see, we get a view of the backlog here for the villagers. And then on this side, I guess you could kind of see through it as well. And we'll also add in the remaining smooth stone here. Perfect. All right, so this is now 100% complete. So here's our little lobby waiting area. And if we want to actually test this out, we can in a second. So we'll be sure to do that. Here is our second level. We have access to the farm from here. If we wanted to toss them more carrots, for instance, I don't have any. If we wanted to throw an egg in there, okay, I'm glad a chicken didn't hatch, we could do just that. And then on the third level here, we added some windows. Looks beautiful, and some more carpet. And this is where we're going to have some bulk storage, I decided. So all the ugly chests out in that area, we're going to move it up here just so it's kind of a little bit more hidden, and this could have more of a purpose here instead of taking up space. But that's about it. Everything's looking beautiful here, and we could give this a test run real quick. And here's the beautiful music sinking right in. Oh, I forgot to do something. I forgot to add redstone here. So a few more things we need to do, but for the sake of time, we're going to call it here afterwards. So let's say we wanted to take a villager out to a new farm. Let's say this is an iron farm. It's not like I'm going to make one in the future, wink, wink. So we would then take this rail to wherever, add in the powered rails, blah, blah, blah. And it's as simple as going in here and just pressing this button. Boom, we have a villager, and it goes straight through the glass. The glass won't suffocate it at all. So now we have a villager out here, and it's just taking up space. It doesn't know what it's doing. And then whenever we want this to be done with, we will then close it up. But for now, sir, good luck out here. We have an infinite amount of villagers, so I'm not too worried about losing one. But hey, if he survives, more power to him. We'll put him to work in a farm in the future. But thank you all so much for watching. This was very fun, getting to build something a little bit redstone-y, a little bit farmy, but for the most part, something beautiful. I decided I've been behind my screen too much today. We're not going to work on the exterior here. aka the landscaping. But I do have some basalt blocks here where I could at least lay a path to the entrance. And then landscaping will probably have to happen off camera here. Guys, I'm having so much fun doing this. This is kind of a brand new project here. In our new area here, we have a factory where we can make all types of blocks. We've been implementing it in our builds, hence the bricks and the terracotta. And we have some fun stuff in the future. Some more farms, automating the crap out of this area, and it's going to get a lot of fun. It's already a lot of fun, but it's going to get a lot more fun, I guess you could say. The fun will continue. If you're still with me right now, you get yourself a taco. So comment a taco emoji if you're still here. Again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Tell me why. And just appreciate all your feedback and support here. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's going to be fun. Bye-bye for now.